right, well, online gaming is more accessible than ever, and even children are now placing bets.
Yeah, but some video games are exposing kids to this risky business, and some parents have no idea about it. A national survey found that 1 in 6 parents wouldn't know if their teen is gambling online.
All right, so Dr. Allison Mitzner is a pediatrician and author of Calm and Confident Parenting. She joins us now to talk about this, also with Kelsey Falter, who's the co-founder and CEO of a Brooklyn-based Mother Games, and also a gamer herself. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
All right, Kelsey, let's start with you. How do kids have access to gambling while they're playing these games?
Anytime you are risking value for uncertain reward, you're gambling. And in games, you don't know if you're going to win. And there's a new mechanic, sometimes called gotcha mechanic or loot box. And essentially, it's like a grab bag. You don't know if you're going to get a skin that you've been wanting for your character, if you get a weapon or you get a power up. And so kids are basically betting on, well, what is going to be dropped. And then once they get what they wanted or don't get what they wanted, they're in that addictive loop to try to unlock that treasure.
How do they have the money for this?
Most of the time, accessibility comes because you already have the credit card connected.
Oh,
so
wow.
There's no need to ask permission anymore.
Wow, they're already in there.
Ooh, it's worse than Amazon. Okay, so Dr. Mitzner, what are some of the risks actually associated with this type of gambling, especially for kids?
Yeah. So it's the addictive design, which you're talking about. It's the unpredictability of winning in these boxes or skin gambling. So they come into this compulsive behavior of betting and playing, and it's addictive. Some kids get really anxious and stressed over worrying of winning or losing these virtual items, which really has monetary value. Some kids we've seen depressed. They lose money pretty quickly. They become hopeless. There's shame, there's guilt. So sometimes you can see depression. And there's long-term risks, actually. We see online gaming at this age can lead to increased likelihood of gaming in adulthood.
Yeah, do you get a sense that the gaming companies themselves, they know that there's this addictive element to it and are okay with it?
I think there is a way that they're set up, and that unpredictability that leads to that increase, that rush of rewards. There's more to the gaming side of it, but yeah, it's definitely addictive for them.
What are some of the warning signs associated with identifying this behavior in your child?
You can see behavior changes in your child. You know your kid best, but they might become unusually obsessed now with gaming. They might not have been in the past. They can become secretive in their gaming, which they never did before. You walk in the room, they're shutting the laptops, they're spending more and more time gaming rather than with their friends or family. There's mood changes sometimes that you see, and often you can even see sometimes school performance decline if they're not focused as well or they're distracted. So you know your kid best, so it's really important to watch out for any changes, even if small.
And Kelsey, I mean, is there any way for video game companies to kind of regulate this at all, or no?
I think certainly yes, but it's not necessarily to their advantage. 2025 will bring in $20 billion in just loot boxes alone.
Wow.
So it's huge, but I think there are 4 things that can be done. One, you can regulate the monthly expenditure on risk-related items for games targeting kids under the age of 18. You can provide transparency to, for example, similar to screen time, where it tells you how much you're spending on what types of items, so a parent could audit. You can disclose what the odds are of a rare item so that kids can start to understand that they may not get what they wanted. And then last but not least, there's a lot of games right now that are considering banning secondary market skin gambling, and that has already started to take place. So, yeah.
You mentioned that a credit card is already connected to your account. Is there a way to set a limit, like once you get to $20 or something, you have to get authorization?
Yes, there is a way to set limits, but on individual titles, it can vary. So on a Play Pass level, yes, but it's up to the game developer to decide that they're going to put in a monthly limit or even a subscription option.
Wow.
It's really a fascinating conversation and something that I think a lot of people don't realize is out there, and it's really impacting so many teenagers. Really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.